Okay? Are we good? Are we good? Good. For some reason, my computer just like broke. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna try again. I don't know what happened.
They're precious.
Ah. YouTube is auto stuff on other tabs. I think no, is it fine? Okay, no, it's fine. Oh my god, we gotta compile shaders again. I'm gonna lose my mind. Kidding me, dude. I have again? How bad is it gonna affect gameplay if I just skip? I really don't. I don't wanna. I really don't want to sit through compiling the shaders again. We're just gonna go ahead and we'll skip. Let's actually turn down graphics. Hair? I don't care. May have a negative effect on frame. Turn this shit down. Oh my god. Light shafts? I can't disable it. Cool. Alright, let's see if we'll actually be able to play the game now.
От уже чого не чекав, так це допомоги. Підходь.
Oh shit, we're all the way back here. I is closed. Cool. So I press F and then I press R and then I have to reach all the way to the other end of my keyboard. Oh, okay. I can just press escape. So.
Непогано тим задачаю.
А?
Я так знаю.
Ну,
Не
да.
та.
Okay. I don't think there's anything in these houses. And then the stash was. Oh no, there's a backpack in this house. Oh, and it's different stuff this time. Because it was like 19 9mm bullets. Last one. Oh wait, we're like in the Great Swamp. This is totally the power plant or the whatever in the Great Swamp.
Та намагались.
Зона. Ти акуратніше там. І спробуй хмурого не
Oh,
зачепити,
it
добре?
actually wait, the controls actually fix themselves.
Свій.
Okay, Q and E are now actually the lame keys. That sounds way worse than it should be. It's fine. Oh no, fellas! I'm just trying to get a sip, bud. Oh shit! Somebody's got a rifle. Oh, fuck me. We're up to 4 now. Can't spot an artifact without a detector. Okay. In the Understalker.
От уже чого не чекав, так це допомоги. Підходь, поговоримо.
In the other stalker, sometimes it would spawn naturally, without you having a detector out. Sometimes.
Непогано ти їм наваляв, га? За...
А? Ну,
Не...
Yeah, skip. We're good. I gotta make sure to quick save. See, it's different now. Fuck off, doggy.
Ну як, дістався? Не жерли дорогою.
та намагались.
Зона. Ти акуратніше там. І спробуй хмурого не зачепити, добре? Він хоч і сучий син, але свій.
Okay, I guess quick saving just doesn't work.
Що там ляне тут?
Oh god. There's just like no feedback is what it feels like. Like when I'm getting shot, I can't feel it. There's nothing there. Oh. I may have I may have shot Bloomy. We're gonna have a wealth of guns to sell. Hey, bud.
Ну, і хто тебе прислав?
Жорик просив тебе врятувати.
Сраку він тебе попросив йому витерти. Шорік на смітнику добряче прогр... Чого дивишся? Винагороди чекаєш? У бандо... О, детектор не забрали. Западло їм, бач, самим в аномалії лазити.
Годиться.
Трима, дякую.
Sick, I got a free detector.
Ну що,
And,
срака
coupon.
вухата, дуй сюди.
Oh yeah, it is literally Bitcoin.
Ти навіть не уявляєш, який я радий.
А ти давай приходь, ну щоб я краще уявив.
У мене тут ще справи. Тож ти поки відпочинь,
Ooh,
охолонь.
brand new
А я як
Viper
розберуся,
too.
так буду.
Отже ж, гівнюк.
Pistol suppressor. Oh, it'll go on the piano. Oh. No, that's still good. That's still good. I will take that. Shit. Okay, no, okay, we were still good on this equipment. Invitation from Volvan. Hey Volvan, you won't believe the setup the boys have here. Yeah, we lost Gray in the process of evicting the previous tenant, but he was a drag anyway, so swing by for the send-off. Oh, there's not a lot. Yeah. Aha! I knew there'd be extras here. Oh, goes further. Be very, very mindful of the explosives. Give me, I want the goods. Ooh, okay. That's grenade, bolt. Haha! All the ground is hot. Oh. Looks like we can't upgrade our... Damn. How many? How many rounds can a fucking pig take? My mag dumped him. Those fleshes are known for being just like extremely weak. Oh, I don't even get the extra grenades. Fucker, where is it? I couldn't help them with that. Unfortunate. Just the way things are sometimes, though. Oh my gosh! How many shots? How much? How much damage can they take? I'm shooting buckshot, right? Yeah. You tell me 12 gauge buck is that weak? Against the flesh? We're so doomed. David Proud. Lure. Okay, I guess I did that. There's just these like little houses everywhere, and it makes you want to go explore every single one. You know, gravitational anomaly, I guess, spawned right inside of their house. Okay, those are different now. Those are an insta-death. It used to be you could escape out of those if you could more or less bounce off of something at a higher speed. You could be a lot more forgiving. It's like over here somewhere. Goddamn detector sucks. Where is it? I'm so confused. Where the hell is this goddamn thing? Alright, quick save. They're so aggro! Oh man. What did they do to the gunplay?
Що хотів? Одне з головних правил у зоні – менше баляси точи. Один сталкер біля вогнища. Щасти.
Sick. Got through that. Jeez. That took way longer than it probably should have. Grav trap right in the middle of the road. No wonder there's no vehicles around. You can't fucking drive when there's anomalies just laying around in the road. Yes.
На ранок знову кровосос станеться. От як справжній. Ледь з просоння не вистрілив.
Говори з головним. Знайти путнього провідника до прикладу.
Я шукаю припоя. Ні, з цим до баті. Він отам сидить.
Чого тобі?
Uh-oh.
Сядь, не маяч.
Троє моїх бійців так і не повернулися з нічного патрулювання малої зони. Їхні тіла знайшли біля старого мосту.
Солодику, слухай сюди. Ти знаєш, як назвати 3 дохлих вартівців на околицях зони? А? Гарний початок.
У торговця хом'яка знайдено службовий пістолет одного з вбитих бійців. Його приніс Косий.
Співчуваю, капітане. Але Залісся – зона вільної торгівлі. У нас договір із Коршуновим.
Де Косий?
Зона ховає свої таємниці. Хто ми такі, щоб втручатися?
Граєшся в сталкерські премудрості? Добре. Косий був там. Добив 300-х. Обібрав
I
їхні
want that
тіла.
guy's rifle.
Хіба це сталкерський підхід?
Негарно вийшло.
Зелень.
Не скажеш ти, скажуть інші. Пакуйте їх.
Спокійно. Ніхто нікуди не йде.
Якщо не хочеш страждань невинних, знайди винного.
That could have ended way
А
worse.
що ж, коли говорить зброя, закони мовчать.
Сталкер. Новенький. Підходь, поспілкуємося. От такі у нас розваги в залісі. Як тобі? З такими кадрами ніякої горілки не вистачить.
Якщо що, я у себе вдома. Зайнятий.
Для всіх?
Для всіх.
Ти на цей цирк не ведися, свіжаче. Батя такий гоноровий, бо Зотов йому це дозволяє. Якби замість нього сюди приїхав Коршунов, то ми б уже давно носом до стіни стояли. А капітан намагається це по-мирному вирішити.
Що ця варта взагалі таке?
Реальна сила. Подобається нам це чи ні? Мені особисто ніхіра не подобається, хоч і від викидів я не в захваті. Але з відкритим забралом на них не пруся. Баті треба зрозуміти, що іноді заради своїх людей доводиться йти на компроміси. З кордону ми так уже один раз пішли, куди із Залісся підемо.
У кого мені за припоя дізнатись?
У Зотова. Варта кого хочеш знайде, якщо домовитися. І якщо їхні методи тебе влаштують. Ну, або батю запитати. Тільки почекай, хай хоч додому дійде. Він дядько відхідливий і новачкам зазвичай допомагає. Просто сьогодні на нього сам бачив. Річний запас лайна звалився. Давай, щасти. Перша склянка коштом закладу, якщо що. Чую.
Uh-oh. The game's crashing. I think she's cooked. Oh, she is cooked. I'm gonna use the real quick. While that looks up. BRB. I got a shrimp. My dog is barking because I won't feed him my shrimp. I think it's out. I don't think we care.
Сталкер? Новенький? Підходь, поспілкуємося.
There we go. That looks more like Stalker. This is what Stalker 2 should have looked like, you know? It came out in like 2020 and looked like this. Genuinely, I don't see anything wrong with like graphics this, I don't want to say like this poor, right? But like, it's not ultra quality and all that. I think it's good.
От такі у нас розваги в залісі. Як тобі? З такими кадрами ніякої горілки не вистачить.
Якщо що, я у себе вдома. Зайнятий.
Для всіх?
Для всіх.
Ти на цей цирк не ведися, свіжаче. Батя такий гоноровий, бо Зотов йому це дозволяє. Якби замість нього сюди приїхав Коршунов, то ми б уже давно носом до стіни стояли. А капітан намагається це по-мирному вирішити.
У кого мені за припоя дізнатись?
У Зотова. Варта кого хочеш знайде, якщо домовитися. І якщо їхні методи тебе влаштують. Ну, або батю запитати. Тільки почекай, хай хоч додому дійде. Він дядько відхідливий і новачкам зазвичай допомагає. Просто сьогодні на нього сам бачив. Річний запас лайна звалився. Давай, щасти. Перша склянка коштом закладу, якщо що. Чую, вона тобі знадобиться.
I want a job.
Є для мене якась серйозна робота.
Ще пилюку з великою не збив, а амбіції вже хоч греблю гати. Знаємо, бачили. Якраз одного такого малька борг витрясти треба. Звуть Гришею Валяном.
Що за Валян?
Гриша в зоні недавно, а його вже знають. Шустрий засранець, ризиковий. Додумався. Валян з новою волиною, а я думаю, як йому мізки вправити.
Добре, це підходить.
Останній раз я його бачив пару годин тому. Він поспіхом кудись на північ тупав. до водонапірної вежі. Стривай, ось іще. Мені його кров не потрібна. Достатньо пацана налякати, щоб гроші вибити. 20% твої.
Чуєш, новенький? Розмова є.
Oh. Like, how close do I need to get to the guy?
Готовий з тобою поділитися сталкерською мудрістю. Тут і зараз. На халяву. Цікавить?
What's the catch?
Можливо. А в чому підступ?
Нічого стрьомного тут нема. Я заборгував баті, от і відпрацьовував. Допомагав новачкам порадою. Сьогодні мій останній день, тож вважай, що ти виграв у лотерею.
І що ж я виграв?
Про що це ми?
Хто на великій для тебе двоє найважливіших людей? Правильно, мамця з татком. А в зоні? Технік і торговець.
Second trader.
І
Gotta
любити
upgrade your
вони
guns,
тебе
repair
будуть,
your
тільки
guns,
якщо ти
and
з
you gotta go
ходки
buy ammo
принесеш
for your
хабар
guns.
чи купон. Зрозумів?
Здається, вчора
Я очікував чогось більш корисного.
день прожив і слава Богу.
То ти розумник у нас. Думаєш, через периметр перебрався і вже все знаєш? Ну, вперед.
Oh.
Доведи. Тримай координати місцевого техніка лінзи і торговця хом'яка. Прогуляйся до них, поговори, познайомся, прикупи щось, як маєш купони. А як нема, попроси у Мольфара роботу. У нього завжди щось знайдеться.
Did I just skip the tutorial?
І
Oh yeah.
ще дещо. Якщо з кимось з угрупувань влізеш у бійку, іди до їхнього головного. У зоні конфлікти справа звична. Рішення завжди знайдеться. Поганий мир кращий за добру стрілянину, шариш? Коротше, як поговориш з місцевими, іди на всі 4 боки, ага? Головне, до мене не чіпляйся, бо більше тобі тут на дурняк ніхто не допоможе. Я вже точно.
I feel bad.
Усе, баста. Відпрацював свій борг перед батьком. Звалю на болото нахрен, щоб очі мої більше молодняка не бачили.
You'll see, man. I'll remember your name, Mr. Plaster. I'm not gonna be a greenhorn for too much longer.
Чим більше лад наводиш, тим більше безладу розводиться.
What the hell is this? It's painted in like ecologist colors. Um. There's a guide here.
Сподіваюся, ти по ділу?
Мені сказали, ти можеш допомогти з припоєм.
Спершу тобі треба допомогти мені, сталкере. Сам знаєш із чим.
Косий?
Саме він.
Ти дійсно віриш, що це косий вбив твоїх людей?
Це питання порядку, сталкер. Не віри. Якщо вільні вирішать, що можуть безкарно вбивати моїх людей, настане хаос. Ми обов'язково знайдемо і покараємо справжнього вбивцю. Але зараз для порядку вистачить і мародера, який привласнив те, що належить варті.
І що я можу зробити?
Косий мерзота. Але для всіх місцевих він перш за все сталкер. І місцевість довкола малої він знає. Можливо, такий сталкер, як ти, знайде його швидше за нас.
А звідки мені знати, що ти не кинеш мене?
Ми тобі не торгаші чи бандити. Варта слово тримає. Я в курсі, що вільні нас називають по-різному, але
This isn't
кидали
the
ми
military,
ніколи.
this is the war.
Мені
Which is
потрібні
probably
сенсори, які Косий
something like
познімав з
duty
тіл моїх
or
людей.
freedom in some
Але
sense.
якщо водночас і самим
Not the
Косим
military,
щось
but a
трапиться,
paramilitary
я не сумуваю.
organization.
А звідки мені знати, що ти не кинеш мене?
Виходить, наважився. Ну, хоч у когось на малій голова на плечах.
Умови прості. Я тобі кажу, що знаю, а ти наших хлопців не пресуєш. Домовилися.
Кажи, а там вирішимо.
Я попитав своїх. Думаю, він неподалік, на складі. Якщо ти відправиш загін, то
Загін він одразу помітить. Краще наш друг туди прогуляється. А щодо того питання, сталкере, я спробую дізнатися.
мені здається, що краще відправити твоїх людей, капітане. Вони значно досвідченіші і, зрештою,
Ти, дядько Льоню, не нервуйся, присядь. Посидимо разом, почекаємо новин з місця, куди ти моїх людей так сильно хочеш відправити. Сталкере, ти наказ чув. Удалого полювання.
У разі підозрілої активності бійцям варти дозволено ввести вогонь на ураження.
Краще загинути в нормальному бою, ніж від факторів мутації. Поховайся.
What's the group's name? Is Squint a part of that group's name?
День пройшов, купон в кишені.
We're gonna go to the water tower first.
Сучара валян, не грайся зі мною! Я на межі вже нахрен!
Алло, вільний! Давай, зроби собі послугу. Допоможи добрим людям. Там в домі засів сраний любитель халяви на ім'я Гріша Валян. Висить мені купу бабла. Попазарь з ним по душах. Може попуститься, шепне на вушко, де схрон. Шариш?
Я сам вирішу, що мені робити.
А, давай, не вопрос. По ногам! Вали!
What? I took 2 hits and it insta-killed me.
Сучара Валян, не грайся зі мною! Я на межі вже нахрен! Заникаю знову!
Alright, we're guns hot.
Я в жопи зайду! Що за...
От вляпався. Доведеться або всім борги віддавати, або з малої валити. Сталкере, дякую. Я тепер твій боржник.
Ти спочатку з Мольфаром розрахуйся. Мені з цього відсоток обіцяний.
А, ну, взагалі-то я збирався
Look at
віддати.
this fucking
Чесно.
nerd.
Що,
That looks
прямо
like-
зараз? Ах, так, твоя правда. Так краще буде. Зроблено. Купони перекинув. І тобі, і Мольфару.
Прийом.
Кого біса?
Мені гроші від Валяна щойно впали. Передай засранцю привіт. Може, я навіть чарку йому поставлю, якщо не поводитиметься як гімно. Гаразд, сталкере. Дякую. Епій.
What the hell is he shooting at? Wow! You can take care of that, dog. Who exactly are we shooting at? Is it just a dog? Oh my god, that spray on your shotgun, my guy. Dude, you have a sawed-off and you're shooting at something like way off in the distance. Did you not see the spray, like, flying off? Welcome, Zed.
Не договорили ж. Кляті гопники.
Oh, what?
Дякую, що заступився. Підійдеш?
I thought I already
Кляті
talked.
гопники.
What?
Дякую, що
Okay.
заступився. Підійдеш?
Yeah, we're playing Stalker 2. I'm in a Stalker, so I decided to pick up the newest game. I thought I talked to this guy already. I thought that's... I guess it's fine. I guess it's fine. I need to find trader. Oh, Warlock is the trader. Okay.
Повернуся, забуду зону як страшний сон.
Сумуємо, не бруху висиджуємо. От послухайте краще. Несеться якось по зоні сталкер на тачку.
Я, коли цей бар організовував, не думав, що так багацько народу буде. Довів таки Сидор людей на кордоні. Жаба жадібна. Спершу тільки ми з батою тут чарочку випивали. А тепер подивись на. Вільний бар для вільних сталкерів. Якщо ще варта перестане на мозок крапати, взагалі добре буде. Ну, може, за це і вип'ємо?
I need money.
Роботу шукаю. Запропонувати щось можеш.
Ще питаєш. Думав уже сам у поле йти. Ось, вибирай.
I'll go find a missing person. I don't want to fuck with any of the
Така
mutants.
справа.
They seem very
Не всім у
difficult
зоні
and
щастить.
bullet spongy.
Не мені тобі розповідати. Але це не значить, що ми маємо їх там залишати. Розумієш? У мене є координати, де першопроходця бачили востаннє. Пошукай його, а? А якщо знайдеш, принеси КПК. Хоч щось від людини залишиться.
I'll do it.
Підходить.
I wonder
Берусь.
if I get 8 extra if I bring back
Повертайся
his
з новинами.
So I saw there was the whole body option. My dog is looking at me enviously.
Заходь, якщо що.
I need a trader. There's no traders here. What do you want? Look, Trig, it's empty. Look. No, there's nothing in the container. I have nothing. There's nothing for you. He looks so betrayed that he didn't get any shrimp. He's so disappointed. He has a full bowl of dog food in the kitchen. He refuses to eat it. He's like, no, I need the human food.
Налити чогось? Заходь, якщо що.
It says this is a trader. It's not really a trader. What is this all the way over here? Oh, the missing stalker. Okay, okay. And then we have the main quest. Old but gold. We gotta go try and find this guy, and I guess we're gonna sell him out.
Та що вас так тягне сюди, га? Пацан, не ховайся там! Сюди ході по базарі! Ти вообще в курсах, на чиє добро хавальник від нас? Ми братва ліктя!
Fucking dogs! Dude, I'm not a fan of this, like, hold F1 for the hotkeys. I'm not a fan of this. Up. Why? Where'd the dogs go? Did they go away? Boink. I'm a little loot goblin. It's gonna steal all of your beer. Okay, I should just talk to the guy first. Big man. Nope. Okay, he's going back at it. I'll steal your beer later.
Що ти трьося тута?
Сталкера шукаю. Косого. Зустрічали?
Ну заходив тут один. Клікуху не питали, шуганули.
Куди він пішов, бачили?
У нас тут що?
Набридли мені розмови. Нудно.
Братва,
Let's see if this works out.
сталкер занудьгував. Треба полоскотати.
I'm out of ammo. What? What? Why is my gun out of ammo? Fuck these goddamn dogs.
Що ти трьось?
Сталкер,
Ну,
куди
у нас тут
набридли мені?
братва. Що там?
But the guy downstairs, huh? Yep, that's what I thought.
Лікоть, тримаю в курсах. Терся тут якийсь сталкерок підозрілий. Ми його шуганули в бік хутора. Не хвилювайся, весь хабар буде ліпше за новий.
Yeah, shit ton of vodka. See, that looks like something I should be able to pick up. That little book. It's not. Sounds like some fun is happening over yonder. Oh. Oh, I can search this one. Oh, we're supposed to be heading. Oh, great, there's another thing here. Bitch. Oh. Aha. And we got a gas mask. 12,000 credits worth. But it's better that we just use it. Don't really have anything else, huh? That's just how it works. Oh, we got the stash.
Іди сюди!
Uh-oh. Yeah, what do you want, bud?
Вільний, чуєш, поможи. Там в аномалії кентуха серйозному штриху бабла торчав. Ну, почкував жорстко, а розмутитись ніхіра не виходив. Короче.
Як?
Не гони на мене.
Добре.
Оце, тільки давай без мор... Найшов? Ти тільки сам там не відкисни. Клади поруч. Діло. Ну що, стопарик за упокой поставиш?
Тримай. Земля йому пухом.
Правий був пузир. Не всі ще прогнили. Купонів тобі зараз накину. Знаєш що? Як у тебе будуть проблеми, я поможу. Отвічаю. Ну все, йди. Хочу на самоті побудь. То лічне. Май повагу.
Is there a mission about to happen? There's some kind of Psystorm mission going on. Oh. Shit. Bloody hell. Like, piss off, dogs. I don't really like how simplified it's some of the stuff has become. Oh my god. We're at 10. 10. Oh, okay. We saved a pretty good point, actually. Oh my god, this shotgun is in poor condition. Dude, the dogs hide. It has like some pretty intelligent design here. Oh, you lucky motherfucker. Oh, that's the wrong time for the shotgun to fail. What? Get out of here. Again. You have to get like so close to an object to actually get the interact for it. It's like unnerving. Farm stuff. We're at the very, very end. What the f- what? Oh, shit. Fucking anomaly down there. I keep trying to press. Oh. Aha! I don't know if I like fell into something or if that just did enough damage to. That's why I mean, there's no. It doesn't feel as tactile. Like I know. Ugh. I know every like animation in the original Stalker through the X-ray engine. Everything is very stiff. There's no recoil. Is not like it doesn't really feel like recoil. It's just your screen cursor just bounced up a bit. But I don't know. This doesn't feel like Stalker. Debut suit. That's like, so it's got slightly better protection. Cool. I can sell the other jacket then. For a good price. Here we go. Oh, it's an interact ladder. It's. I was hoping it would be just like a walk up, like the old Stalker games. Where does this? Oh. Like, where's this leading me to? I need to find a place to sell all of my shit. I got guns up the wazoo, but nowhere to sell it. I think we just go to the old mill. resources just feel very disposable. I don't know. You get a lot of like healing stuff. You're expected to use it way more often.
Піднімайся повільно! І руки тримай, щоб я бачив!
You know, I saw it in everything.
Ти хто такий? Якого хріна тут забув?
Спокійно. Я ствола прибрав, бачиш? Свої.
А може, ти вартівська сука? Винюхуєш тут щось? Хоча ні, пикою не вийшов. Та й сильно ці козли горді, щоб сталкерське лахміття натягати. Звалити звідси допоможеш? Раз свій, як сталкер сталкеру.
А сам чому не звалиш?
Варта все перекрила. Суки лягаві. Але в мене є свої сталкерські шляхи.
Це ви вночі напали біля старого мосту? Навіщо?
Вночі? Ні. Я вже зранку цих виродків знайшов. Ну і добив напівдохлого. Бачив би ти, як ці козли з нами кілька років тому. Скільки добрих сталкерів загинуло, коли ці виродки вирішили показати, хто в зоні хазяїн. Та в сліпого пса більше людяності, ніж у варти. Тож
Є ідеї, як...
є одна, але потрібен артефакт. Тут
Ясно.
так що допомог?
Ти не сталкер.
Понесло!
At least headshots are still like basically one shot. They're unarmored. Or to censor. Whoa. Okay, we're getting shot at. I've seen so many stalkers. Oh my god.
Мене поранено! Потрібно!
really does feel like you are a new stalker. Just in the zone. The recoil is just terrible on this rifle. It wasn't nearly as bad in the older game. Drop all those. Oh, we'll take one. Does that put us over the edge? Not that. Ooh. Wait. Whoa. Yo, I thought it was like one. I thought it was a teleporter. No. It's like a giant breathing grav trap. Whoa, and look at the way it deforms. That's so... I really don't want to deal with that right now. Oh, don't attack me, bees.
Це справа рук посол.
А коси, чия людина, а?
Моя. І тому мені потрібна твоя допомога. Яким би він не був, він не має потрапити до варти.
Ти привез цього прибаченого в моє замість. І тепер щось від мене вимагає?
Не вимагаю, а прошу. Як старого друга.
Пішов ти, старий друг. Гаразд, сідай, не крутися. Подумати треба. А ти чого вуха грієш? Сам же чув. Я зайнятий.
Які люди. Вибач, якби знав, що варта так швидко до Залісся добереться, я б тебе до іншого місця відправив.
Я навіть знаю, до якого. Що хотів?
Я шукаю одну людину. Припоя.
Знаю такого. І де його шукати знаю. Але мені теж потрібна допомога. Допоможи.
Ти ще й...
Батю, нам просто потрібно, щоб хтось злазив на ту вежу.
Стоп.
Я знаю,
Косий хай іде з миром.
сенсори в мене. Я свою частину угоди виконав. Тепер розповідай про припоя.
Я вже казав, що в тобі не сумнівався, а? Припій. Технік МСОПа.
Розкажи детальніше про цей МСОП.
Чергова охоронна структура з великої землі, яка вважає, що
А на кого я, по-твоєму, схожий?
на людину видатних можливостей з пошуку різних ідіотів. Ми з тобою тут дуже схожі. Але якщо серйозно, Припій – жадібний боягуз і ніколи не соромився бити в спину. Як він опинився в лавах МСОПа, я без поняття. Хоча... чого це я? Мудил там вистачає. А от те, що ти з Припоєм знайомий, мене дивує.
Не густо. Це все, що ти з'ясував?
З Припоєм я раніше був знайомий. Випадково. А ось те, що він на сфері засів, це було для мене новиною. На ній, кажуть, мсопівці карти аномалій малюють. Так ось звідки ти його знаєш. Зізнавайся, що ти біля Старого мосту робив? Аномалії шукав? Чи щось цікавіше?
Я активував один пристрій, ну а далі фонтан світла, варта і троє невідомих, що намагалися всіх убити.
Так, я пам'ятаю той концерт. З пошти його було гарно видно. Так і знав, що ти там першою скрипкою був. Гаразд, ми відійшли від теми. Сферу штурмувати в лоба – думка тупіша навіть за похід в зону без болтів. Абсолютно не рекомендую. Але у мене є ідея.
Я маю просто взяти і повірити? Якщо в тебе є свій інтерес, кажи прямо. А ні, відвали.
Ми відповідаємо за тих, кого врятували, якщо що. Хочеш воювати з усією сферою? Та будь ласка, ідіть, не обляпайтесь. Але спершу вислухай, гаряче ти голову. Я дізнався дещо цікаве. Після того, як варта почала наводити кіпіш, Сухін віддав...
І що? Там монстри?
Гірше. Свідоцтва, Думаю, ти там...
I need to find somewhere to sell all my crap. Please, my back.
Ніби давно в зоні, а від викиду й досі трусить.
Blipa.
Його провідника до Прип'яті, тоді може і ризикнув би туди навідати.
We're almost there.
Приходить якось вільний до вас. Хочу у вас служить, каже. Звати усім. Вали звідси. І не фиркає. Ти тупий. А вільний йому. А ви тільки таких берете?
Блін, та не смішно ж.
Тобі як завжди?
Oh, E
Приберіг спеціально
is
для
under.
тебе.
It's a button now. I can't even sell everything to. God.
Пробач, та треба йти. Пробач мені, пробач. Прощай, мила, прощай. А поїзд іде далі. І з ним уся печаль. Повір, я не хотів. Та краще буде так.
Oh, will he not take the?
Повір, це все не так.
He won't. So he won't take the broken. Take the. Take the ones that are in half decent condition.
Цей поїзд назавжди.
I don't have 2 debut suits.
Невинна в цьому ти. Пробач мені, прости. Розлуки час прийшов. І це моя біда. Сховай свою любов, щоб осінь не зайшла. Пробач мені, пробач. Прощай, мила, прощай. А поїзд
You gotta pack like super light, but everything is still super disposable as well.
повір, я не хотів. Та краще буде так. У серці ти хотів. Повір, це все не так.
Для тебе завжди позир притримую.
Додол з волею гризлися. Тепер варта з'явилася.
So the Ward is a third faction besides Duty and Freedom. I guess we don't really. We don't need these ones. Oh! Okay. We're just gonna walk like everything's normal. Lightning literally struck right here. Okay. I wonder if we'll be able to drive a vehicle. It's like this is a pretty large map. I'm not gonna lie. The generators. Ooh. guess we could literally just travel anywhere. Let's just do the main quest. Oh god, that's a pack of flesh. Easy. Sidorovich. He's still alive. Another one. Enjoy that. Oh, he has no legs. I'm almost out of ammo. Oh, jeez. .45 ACP, but I don't have... Oh my goodness, I don't have a weapon for that yet. I'd take a 1911. Empty. Ooh, more ammo. All that. Is this the end? Oh, okay, there's more.
Усе готово. Коди від колектора змінили. Новий 2765.
А на ребрах? На ребрах усе зробили?
Так точно.
Прийняв. Повертайтеся. І щоб нікому ні звуку.
Слухаюся, ні звуку.
Okay. This is what I was standing in the middle of? Bingo. I completely missed that it was like this. That's kind of cool, though. I was just like, yeah, just walk through the orbs, it's fine. No, that's kind of sick, though. You know what, we're gonna take a small break. I'm gonna go get myself a drink. I'm going through caffeine withdrawals right now. And I'm gonna see if dinner is ready yet. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Dinner is in fact. I have pot roast now. Oh wait, no, I gotta get into. Yeah. I just crashed into something hard in the pot roast, which is not a good sign. What the hell was that? Oh! So I'm using the same container as the shrimp. And it was like fried shrimp. So there's like crunchy bits in the bottom of the container. Okay, nothing to be concerned about. It's just like crunchy, like fried breading at the bottom of this container that is also mixed into the pot roast. Ow. It is very hot. Can I take that vehicle? Sorry, the pot roast. Pot roast calls for it's very good. And what was the code? 2765. 2765. Giant fucking cat. Oh my god. Please. Oi! Vicious little rodents. Oh my god, there's a million of them! Why did so many come out just all at once? Oh my. Wow, intoxicated. Understood. Okay, it's not as easy as in the old games. Bent. I feel like there's something over there. Okay, there really isn't. But, I called to me for a second. That's gonna make noise.
Шукаю ціль.
Did I not hit the first guy or the second guy in the head? Oh! I wish I could react, but I have a hot potato in my mouth. Why is Stalker 2 so unstable? You know what? I want to eat dinner. But at the same time, let's go through the I suppose. I'll pull up Twitter as well just to see if there's anything on here. But let's watch. Let's just watch YouTube. There we go. What's it? Oh.
Soldiers is named Adam Reyes. Let's say he's right now. Thousands of American troops are deploying to American cities around the country. One of these soldiers is named Adam Reyes. Let's say he's 19 years old from a quiet suburb in Illinois. Adam enlisted in the National Guard a year ago as a way to serve his country one weekend a month and to help pay for classes at Northern Illinois University. On October 5th, Adam got a text message from his squad leader that read, "Report to the armory, we're going to Chicago to protect federal facilities and agents downtown." It felt surreal to Adam because growing up, Chicago was the city where he and his family went every year to watch the Thanksgiving Day parade. It was where he and his buddies went on the weekends for concerts and parties. Now he was going there as a soldier to possibly stop riots and be issued live ammunition.
So now this is like a proper deployment of the National Guard in the United States. That's kind of a big deal. I don't know if you've noticed. I saw something on the Twitter that is definitely not safe for work. No, this is kind of something that a lot of people have seen coming. I'm not surprised that this is starting to happen, but it is.
Adam sat at his desk and started writing
It's
emails
certainly
to his professors,
concerning.
explaining that he might miss the rest of the semester. Across the whole country, thousands of part-time citizen soldiers were doing the exact same thing, calling off from work, rearranging childcare to fulfill their commitment.
National Guard deployment to the Chicago area has begun in controversy over its constitutionality.
Hundreds of troops from the Texas and Illinois National Guard are now positioned to deploy across the Chicago area.
On October 5th, the White House federalized and deployed 300 National Guard troops from Illinois and 400 from Texas to the city of Chicago. So far in 2025, the White House has deployed 4,000 National Guard soldiers and 700 Marines to Los Angeles, 2,000 to Washington, D.C.,
Damn.
over 100 to Tennessee, and there are now plans to activate the National Guard in 19 more states. In places like Portland and Chicago, governors are suing to block the deployments and arguing they're unconstitutional. In response, the federal government
Look
is
at the
threatening to
mismatch.
go around
Ooh, yep, that's National Guard. Look at the mismatched camo on their IBAs.
them by invoking the Insurrection Act. Meanwhile, Adam's mom texted him links to stories from the news. Some articles called the National Guard's deployment heroic, others called them pawns in an authoritarian power grab. Adam had never thought much about politics his whole life. He didn't like watching the talking heads on the news channels, and he wasn't the type of guy to argue with you about immigration or crime.
Yep.
But now, he and his unit were at the center of one of the most controversial and politically sensitive military missions in recent history. This channel isn't political. It's not my place to tell you what to think. My purpose here with this channel
That is
to cover
that's a very realistic scenario. Is because a lot of the people that I meet were not. They weren't very political. They felt that they had a duty to serve, or some of them were just trying to get a paycheck or less. But a lot of people, I don't know. They were just apolitical. They went into the military for one purpose or another, not because it was a political thing. Very few people I actually were like very political about their service.
issues of national security and discuss it here in the comment section with you. I'm a former Army National Guard soldier who deployed to both Iraq and domestically to New York City to respond to looting alongside police during a hurricane. I have some personal experience with the type of challenging missions that these troops are tasked with. It's my goal to explain the facts of the situation, to put it into historical context, and hopefully be a resource for troops and civilians to better understand what's happening in America in something that's more detailed and complete than a 3-minute spot on a news network can be. Because behind these domestic deployments is something much bigger. A continental military operation stretching from Los Angeles to Venezuela, one that is aiming to redefine what national security means at home and test just how far federal powers can reach inside the United States. These domestic U.S. troop deployments happening
Sponsor skip.
today are part of a much larger federal immigration operation that's been unfolding across the nation since early 2025. That's when the US government began a series of mass deportation raids targeting homes and workplaces across the country. So far, more than 220,000 people have been confirmed arrested, roughly 60,000 are now held in detention centers, and estimates are as high as 200,000 already deported from inside the United States. Whatever the exact numbers are, though, one thing is for certain: it's the largest interior enforcement effort in modern American history, with the stated goal of deporting 1 million people a year, or roughly 3,000 arrests a day. The initiative is known as Operation At Large. To give you a sense of its scale, according to federal reports, it combines 3,000 ICE agents, 2,000 personnel from the FBI and DEA, and eventually 21,000 National Guard soldiers to be deployed throughout the country. The government is also expanding military bases in Florida to use as deportation hubs, reopening old detention facilities, and coordinating with El Salvador's mega prisons to handle deportees. $170 billion in funding for these enforcement and border security operations has been set aside, making it one of the top priorities in national security. One of the main justifications provided for these troop deployments has been for them to support and protect these deportation operations.
You know what? There's been people that have been saying that this is, a long time coming. This is basically just redeeming that promise that they made last time during the 45th presidency. And I don't think this is unwarranted either. The amount of violence given towards the Ice Age, kind of overwhelming. And in the high population areas that they are going after, where like a lot of immigrants are living, it is tough to combat the crowds that will purposefully attack ICE agents, like coordinated attacks.
But this isn't the first time the United States has carried out a mass deportation campaign, and the last time that it happened, it played out differently, but also sparked a nationwide debate over just how far federal enforcement should reach. In World War II, the US and Mexican governments worked together with one another to launch the Bracero program, which authorized over 5 million Mexican workers to come north into America to fill wartime labor shortages as the US
this is the first Mexican immigration crisis.
The program required fair wages and sanitary housing conditions for the Mexican workers, but many US ranchers chose to ignore that rule and instead hired illegal labor from Mexico because it was much cheaper and didn't have those requirements. By the early
Sounds very similar.
Washington moved to enforce compliance with the Bracero program. President Eisenhower appointed a retired World War II Army General, Joseph Swing, to lead a massive federal deportation campaign. In 1954, the government launched what was called Operation Wetback. Yes, that was really its official name in the newspapers and everything. Border Patrol and Immigration and Naturalization Service swept through neighborhoods in 12-man squads and jeeps, stopping anyone who looked Mexican and demanded identification. If they didn't have any, detainees were sent to camps and then deported by bus, train, and ship. Officially, about 30,000 people were deported in just a few months, but over 1 million were ultimately apprehended. The Eisenhower administration called the operation Respect for Law, while civil rights groups called the campaign unconstitutional. Today, we're once again seeing large-scale federal immigration enforcement, but this time something major has changed. It's backed by military deployments from the National Guard and some active duty components. These deployments started in June 2025 when ICE raids targeted illegal immigrants at a garment factory and a hardware store downtown. It quickly escalated when protesters clashed with agents at the detention.
Of course, they went to the
facility.
Home Depot.
Federal agents fired tear gas and rubber bullets to disperse the crowds, while protesters threw rocks and bricks at the police vehicles while they were moving. Police cars were abandoned in the middle of the highway, looting broke out, fires were all over the city. That's when 4,000 California Army National Guard soldiers were federalized by the government, and 700 Marines were sent to Los Angeles on a mission to quell the riots. And since then, the protests have regularly happened in ICE facilities around the country. But over the following months, the violence has slowly escalated. In July, a man opened fire on ICE agents during a raid at a marijuana facility. 2 months later, another man shot into an ICE transportation vehicle, killing a detainee. After the assassination of political commentator Charlie Kirk, U.S. government officials began stating these domestic deployments went beyond immigration and crime control, and they were now necessary to fight domestic terrorism across the United States. Adam felt shocked by the amount of violence happening in his country. He hadn't experienced anything like this before in his lifetime. His dad said it reminded him of back in the 1960s when there were a string of assassinations, bombings, riots, and unrest in the country, but for Adam's generation, unrest wasn't supposed to look like this. Yet behind the scenes, government memos and intelligence reports have been quietly reframing the threat, turning internal disorder into a matter of national security. In January, Latin American drug cartels were designated foreign terrorist organizations. Then, on September 22nd, the Trump administration officially designated Antifa as a terrorist organization. The first time a domestic
Good riddance, by the way.
in this way. Antifa is a movement of leftist activists in the United States seen at many of these protests. The move to designate them as a terrorist organization was seen largely as symbolic, but it opened the door for the Pentagon to justify using their intelligence, surveillance, and even military assets within the interior of the country.
Correct.
The same argument has been reinforced across multiple federal reports, and the Homeland Security 2025 Threat Assessment devotes major sections to domestic extremism and terrorism. The use of military force in America has always been a sensitive subject throughout history. Since the founding of the country, Americans have been suspicious of domestic troop deployments. The framers of the Constitution had lived through British troops patrolling the streets, enforcing taxes, and even living in their private homes.
Yes, this was kind of one of the major issues of what's going on right now. It's just the image of it. It's very. The National Guard was we were very skeptical that an organized military, like a National Guard that is controlled by the government, would potentially be used against the American people. But to be fair, this is not a case of like people doing nothing and then the National Guard being sent out to cause chaos. The chaos came to the ICE agent. Everything can be traced back down to the illegal immigrant, but they cross over the border, they're doing something wrong. And then an ICE agent has to go and pick them up because they're not supposed to be here. It is ultimately a detriment to the nation for that illegal immigrant to be here. And we don't really care about the illegal immigrant because the illegal immigrant did not go through the same processes as a legal immigrant. This makes the process, right, seem less valuable in a sense. And it's not valuable, but if you can achieve the same result or a somewhat similar result, which is to get the fuck out of South America and into North America, you're going to try and take the easiest path. Now, a legal citizen or if a person trying to legally immigrate to the United States needs to go through a checklist of shit, and it takes fucking forever, and nobody knows why. Right? I feel like it should be a very quick and simple thing, but it's not. Unfortunately not. So this is not a case of like this is an unconstitutional usage of the National Guard. What I think is that it's, you know, this is just they're doing their job, which is to quell chaos in the streets of America.
Troops killed 5 colonists in the Boston Massacre, which was seen as a warning of what could happen when a military is turned inward. So the founders built safeguards into the new republic to try to prevent that. The Third Amendment banned troops from living in civilian homes, and Article 2 placed command of the military under an elected civilian president. But that principle was tested almost immediately. In 1794, farmers in western Pennsylvania revolted against a new federal whiskey tax. President George Washington called up state militias to suppress the uprising. The rebellion did
The Whiskey Rebellion.
to expose the problem. There was no method through which the president could legitimately call up soldiers on U.S. soil to protect the republic. To fix that oversight, Congress passed the Insurrection Act of 1807.
Oh,
giving
yes.
presidents the power to deploy federal forces domestically,
And
but
that
only when a state
that is what really solidifies the fact that this is a constitutional usage of the National Guard. Is the Insurrection Act. The Insurrection Act.
Now, 2 centuries later, the Trump administration is signaling they may use the Insurrection Act if cities do not comply with immigration raids and National Guard deployments. And the nation's 3rd largest city, Chicago, is at the center of all of this. In September, federal ICE agents in full tactical gear and camouflage launched Operation Midway Blitz. The Pentagon reported they authorized civilian law enforcement units from this to stage from an active U.S. military naval base at Naval Station Great Lakes, about 40 miles north of downtown Chicago. It's the largest military base in Illinois with infrastructure for vehicles, helicopters, staging, and intelligence collection. And it was the first time there was this level of cooperation between the military and civilian law enforcement. 250 federal agents using 140 vehicles launched immigration raids from the naval base.
Damn.
On the night of September 30th,
140 vehicles.
Black
That's a shit ton.
Helicopter on the roof of a 5-story apartment building
Ooh.
in the South Shore neighborhood of Chicago, where officers say Tren de Aragua cartel members were using it as a safe house. Armored Bearcat vehicles, unmarked SUVs surrounded the block and established a perimeter. By dawn, officials claimed the raid had resulted in over 40 arrests and seizure of illegal narcotics and firearms.
God damn.
Residents described the scene as a war zone. Shortly after this, a judge in Illinois ruled that the National Guard deployment was illegal, which temporarily blocked deployments while it went to the higher courts.
Oh my God.
Ultimately, it's up to the courts to decide if the troop deployments are legal, and the precedent rests on one single law from the 1800s. Because after the Civil War in 1865, U.S. troops occupied the southern states to enforce Reconstruction and protect newly freed Black Americans from violence. For more than a decade, the Army occupied the South, but the presence of troops on the streets fueled resentment in the South, so President Hayes withdrew troops, and a year later, Congress passed the Posse Comitatus Act, which made it illegal to use the U.S. military to enforce domestic law unless Congress specifically authorizes it. But today, the president is using a different legal authority to avoid that issue. The government is deploying the National Guard without congressional or local state leadership approval by using Title 10 U.S. Code 124006. It allows the president to activate the Guard if the U.S. is, quote, invaded or is in danger of invasion by a foreign nation, or there is a rebellion or a danger of a rebellion. In cities like Los Angeles, Portland, and Chicago, it's drawn lawsuits that have temporarily blocked the deployment of National Guard troops, putting them in limbo while the courts determine if there is legal danger of a rebellion. In addition to this, the federal government is now trying to deploy out-of-state Texas National Guard units to Chicago because the Texas governor agrees and supports the move. The laws written in the aftermath of the Civil War were meant to help settle the debate over domestic use of military force. But history shows us those limits have been tested again and again. U.S. Army soldiers were deployed to crush the Great Railroad Strike of 1877, where they fired on rioters in several states, killing more than 100 civilians. Later, in 1957, President Eisenhower, the one who ran that last major deportation operation, invoked the Insurrection Act to enforce desegregation laws, integrating black and white schools. In 1962, Kennedy sent the National Guard to quell riots when racist mobs defied federal authority to allow the first black student to attend the University of Mississippi. 2 were killed and hundreds injured before order was restored. In 1970, Ohio Army National Guard soldiers opened fire and killed 4 unarmed students during Vietnam War protests. But the last time the Insurrection Act was invoked was in 1992 by President Bush Sr. to help end the Los Angeles riots. Nearly 30 years later, in 2020, we saw 40,000 National Guard activated on the streets in response to riots after George Floyd's murder. Since 1970, though, no civilians have been killed by U.S. troops on U.S. soil.
Yeah.
As for the soldiers themselves carrying out these missions, like Private First Class Reyes, they're bound by multiple laws and regulations that date back to 1939, forbidding them from engaging in partisan politics or criticizing Congress or the president in public. The U.S. military's culture is built on this idea of remaining apolitical.
You have to be apolitical.
Service members follow lawful orders from civilian leaders, regardless of who holds office. It's a principle meant to preserve public trust and keep the armed forces separate from partisan power. In theory, that apolitical line is clear, but in practice it can get messy. The National Guard is unique in that it answers to 2 different governments at once: the federal government and the state governments.
Yeah, you have to go, because ultimately your commander-in-chief is the president. If the president, within reason, if the president says to go do something, you have to go do it. Legally, you have to go do it. But with the state governor, that's like, it's kind of interesting. It's kind of hard to deal with.
The National Guard. The way it works is if a National Guard unit.
Well, yeah, if you're like Texas National Guard and you're up in Chicago, the mayor of Chicago could tell you an order, and you could tell her to eat crow. Hey, my chain of command said this, and then that's whatever.
It is called up by its state governor. It can operate what's called hybrid status. This is known as Title 32. Under this status of Title 32, guardsmen are legally not restricted by the Posse Comitatus Act, which means they're allowed to support police with crowd control, arrest individuals, search vehicles, and enforce curfews. But in reality, the way it works in practice, and I've seen it firsthand before, individual guard commanders almost always explicitly tell lower enlisted soldiers in the past that they're not authorized to enforce the law anyway.
Yeah.
In order to avoid the legal issue of the Posse Comitatus Act altogether.
Yeah, it's best that the National Guard stay there more to be a show of force, not an actual belligerent, right? I think that's the best way to approach that. You don't want the image that the National Guard is going in there and enforcing the laws like the police are, because then it makes people think that you have a military state, which in reality you don't. The military is just there to back up the police from the overwhelming force of the other belligerents in this engagement.
Even though they are legally allowed. However, when the National Guard is federalized directly by the president, it operates under their control or federal authority, called Title 10. That single distinction means troops follow the same law as the active duty army, which means they cannot make arrests or enforce civilian law. Except that's not the full story, because there's an exception to that rule. Take a look at DoD Directive Number 3025.
The amount of paperwork that
this is being interpreted today to justify soldiers who are on Title 10 federalized orders to still perform law enforcement duties. Section 4K subsection 2 states federal military forces can act when local, state, or federal authorities are unable or unwilling to provide adequate protection for federal property or federal governmental functions. This is being interpreted by the federal government to mean anywhere that federal agents go, military soldiers can protect them. So the government is arguing that means federal ICE agents, when they go on raids, soldiers can go and protect them on that. And while lawyers argued about constitutional authority and whether or not the Illinois deployment would be reauthorized, Adam Reyes slept for the night on the floor of a gym in a Chicago armory. He texted his girlfriend and tried to get some reading done for school. A platoon of the Texas Army National Guard were staying in the same armory with him, and one of the guys from the Texas unit came over and joked, "So what happens if your governor orders you to stop us from being here? We gonna have to square off in the parking lot?" The two laughed together. Across the country, several governors are threatening to
what
withdraw
happens
from the
there?
National Governors Association, which was originally created to help coordinate between the state governments and the federal
God,
government.
those fleeces.
More
I
and
miss
more
my.
state
It
governments
was
are
really
now
comfy,
acting
even though it
as
like.
camps. National
It was kind of
Guard
itchy,
from Republican
but
and
I
Democrat
really
states
liked it.
who
Those
did
fleeces were
conflicting
fucking
orders.
nice.
For soldiers on the ground, it raises a question. What happens if one state's governor orders their National Guard troops to do something in opposition to another state's National Guard? Adam is, of course, a representation of the thousands of National Guard soldiers across the country. He's a representation of the responsibility that these men and women have. Many American soldiers over the past 250 years have stood in the same difficult position. They've had to make challenging split-second decisions and do their best to maintain their professionalism. The National Guard soldiers stand in the middle of court battles, presidential orders, civilians, and federal agents, but at the end of the day, all they really want is what's best for their communities that they grew up in and call home. I often cover wars happening halfway around the world. We've done rundowns on the Israeli-Hamas war, Ukraine, Russia, Venezuela. It would have felt wrong for me to ignore one of the biggest issues in national security right now, and I do believe that YouTube is a place where we can all come together and have discussions, because I think this is part of some of the biggest issues facing America right now, and it's important for this community to be a part of that discussion. If you want to support what we do here on this channel, just hit the like button. That's all you gotta do, hit the like button. If you want to learn more, you
Give
can
it a like.
check out these recent videos that we've done on national security. I'm your average infantryman, Chris Cappy. See you guys again soon.
Yeah. Subscribe to Cappy Army. Very good. Very good videos. Oh. Alright, anyways, we'll get back to the game. Oh wait, right. It crashed. No, I'm not. I can't. I'm not gonna wait for it. The corpse. Noontide. Okay. There's new factions.
Прочесати периметр. Потрібно укриття. Прикрий.
Oh my god. He can just, okay, he can just take that. Can I throw a bolt?
Прочесати периметр! Чутно шум. Перевіряю! Прочесати периметр!
Well, maybe not like that. Maybe not like that.
Усім бути напоготові. Усім.
So I think it's 30% is the lowest he'll go. I need the box to break. New suit. Woohoo. It's like a straight upgrade. Oh, it's like a cutscene area. My suppressor.
Ей, бидло, пушку кинув? Хто ти, бля, такий?
Кому ти Германа здав?
Ха! Ну ніхера собі, Вась. Залетів на військову базу, підняв шухер і питаннячки якісь мені ставиш? Бля, мочканути б тебе тут і все.
Чуєш? А ти цю штуку давно чистив? ПМ без догляду часто клинить.
Ну, я фартовий.
А у всіх фартових батони горять.
Що?
Never go for the gun. Always just beat the. If you get like a moment of fucking peace, just beat the living Christ out of them.
Часто клинить без догляду.
Так і я фартовий.
Смішно. Бля! Чуєш, я ніхто. Просто наношу аномалії на мапу. Звісно, я продаю на стороні таким, як ти. Але це все. Нестор займається сканерами.
Нестор? Де він?
Маєш з ним базарити. Бугор смітника.
Garbage.
Здорова купа сміття. Не прогавиш. Не пи... Гребаний батон. Дякую, Вася. Нестор, на північ від Залістя. Погодь, вас що, накрили? Слухай, я не зливав Германа. Я, звісно, зливав людей, але вас не встиг.
Відпочинь.
We're not merciless, you know. I want to loot him though. He's probably got goods. Give me the goods. There's no goods here. Why? Why? Cool. You know what? I think we'll end it there. I'm feeling kind of tired, so I think I'm gonna lay down for a bit.